Oh yeah, we got Ruslan, the spineless guy. I don't know how else to start this video, but I'm absolutely sick of his obsession here. And he has an obsession. If you are a viewer of his and you notice all the videos he's doing about this Charlie Kirk situation and trying to come against Candace and just the whole ideology that Candace, behind Candace, not just about him and Candace, but the whole ideology that if you question the official narrative, you're crazy, you are a Jew hater, you are wild, just absolute conspiracy theorist that has no foundation in the truth, and you're asking too many questions. He said he's not being paid by Israel. I don't have any evidence to say he is, but I'm tired of his crap. I'm tired, just spineless. And it just seems so idiotic to me to think, oh, let me just believe the official narrative. When Charlie himself, he admonished people to question things. He admonished people to question things. I'll say that one more time. Charlie himself preached, taught, admonished people to question things, what they say, meaning the media, the people in high up positions of power in the world. He taught people to question things. Okay? All right, let's start this video because I'm tired of this.
Okay, I have been absolutely unapologetic about the insanity that we've seen from Candace Owens regarding the Charlie Kirk situation, but I think the rabbit hole goes much deeper than that. When you see this unholy alliance between the Tucker Carlsons, the Candace Owens, and I would argue the Nick Fuentes as well, who went on Patrick Bet-David's podcast, and he thinks that is Israel and Jews are a bigger threat to American democracy than radical Islam.
They absolutely are, by the way. Absolutely. I'm going to prove this right now because this is a huge point that I want to prove him wrong on, because it's actually documented fact that Israel helped fund Hamas. So we got Analyst News, how Israel helped prop up Hamas for decades. All right. I know that the Palestinian militant group Hamas is responsible for the deadliest attack on Israeli soil in recent history, killing over 1,300 people and taking more than 200 hostages. Founded in occupied Gaza in 1987, Hamas, an acronym for whatever that is the armed group that holds political control over Gaza today. What you might not know is that the same group was actually created in part by Israel itself. While it may sound like a conspiracy theory, it's actually well documented, open secret that Israel helped finance and prop up Hamas for years. Netanyahu's strategy is to prevent the option of two states. So he is turning Hamas into his closest partner. These people are playing chess. They're controlling the world stage, which Ruslan thinks is too much of a conspiracy theory to believe. Openly, Hamas is an enemy. Covertly, it's an ally. So it says Netanyahu's vision for the region and his end game. You need to understand Israeli strategy here. In doing so, this can help us read through the lines of the Israeli government's rhetoric on Hamas's barbarism. It's all a part of Netanyahu's end game. Israel's end game, the Zionist end game. Netanyahu is part of the Zionist party. Israel's strategy is to divide and conquer. They are literally using the religion of Islam to do their dirty work and to do their bidding. I've taught about this before, and you can read more about this if you want. I'm not going to go all into this today, but they essentially funded the precursor of Hamas and is still using Hamas till this day. Now, this is the image that I want to show you. This is the whole thing that they're doing, these wicked devils. They're literally called the synagogue of Satan, and somehow Ruslan thinks it's such a conspiracy theory. These people are crazy to think that the Zionists and the Chosenites run the world. Oh, Ruslan's thinking these people are crazy when they're called the synagogue of Satan in Revelation. I mean, Jesus called them that. So wouldn't you think that who Jesus calls the synagogue of Satan, those who say they are Jews but are not, wouldn't you think they would run the world since Satan's the god of this world? So the cycle starts with fake, a major attack. Cry wolf, oh, faking an attack. That's crying wolf. So an attack happens. Oh, we're the victims. Help me, help us, US, help us, world. Gain the people's sympathy. What do you think they do? That's what they do. That's the whole modus operandi for the US. Bless Israel and you'll be blessed. Gain people's sympathy through exaggerated statistics. Oh, look how many of us died. Compare events to past atrocities. Holocaust 9/11. Use this to justify an invasion of the enemy. So they're using atrocities, fake attacks, fake events, fake exaggerated numbers, using this for sympathy, then using the sympathy to justify an invasion of who they want to take out, total annihilation of an innocent enemy, truth starts to come out, anti-Semitism rises. This is what they accuse the people who question them. Oh, yeah, we're anti-Semites. Then the cycle starts over, fake a major attack. All right, so let's go back and listen to this foolishness right here.
I think there's something that may be happening here. I'm not making the claim that they're agents of disinformation. I'm not saying they're being funded by Qatar, because somebody will then tell me, "Hey, Ruslan, are you getting the $7,000 check from Israel?" I'm not. Never received a dime from Israel. Okay.
Yeah, I don't trust Ruslan. I'll just say that I don't trust him. He says he's not, but I don't trust what he says.
But it's interesting to see Islamicists, radical Muslims, or I would just say folks that are practically living out Islam, walking out the basic tenets of Islam, because not all Muslims do that, by the way, but living out the basic tenets of Islam, celebrating Tucker Carlson, celebrating Candace Owens, celebrating these folks on what we call the woke right, and saying that now they've been persuaded. Is there something going on here? Is there some weird funding? Is there some elite Muslims?
So you see what he's trying to do? He's trying to flip the script, because it's actually a known thing that Israel is paying content creators. They have a literal fund, I think it's $3.2 million, to actually change the perspective of churchgoers in the United States. In certain states, I think it's like Colorado, Arizona, states in the West, Utah, fund it to try to change the perception of young students and just younger people, the younger generation, because the people's support for Israel in the U.S. is going down. They want to change that. So they're literally putting money behind that and trying to change the perspective of us Goyim, us Gentiles in the U.S. who they hate so much, but they need us to support them and to be their slaves. And so it's very disgusting what Ruslan is doing. He's like trying to say, oh, but the Muslims, you are getting paid by the Muslims. It's like, man. It's disgusting to me at this point. He says he's not being paid, but if he's doing this for free, I think it might actually be worse. If Ruslan is doing this for free, I think it might actually be worse, y'all. Because you're going to act, at least you can get paid and suck up to Israel and be a spineless simp. At least you get some money for that. But the fact that he's doing this for free is like, that almost seems worse to me. Why would you suck up to the Chosenites who have such a wicked belief system, who literally want to see us dead, kill the best of the Gentiles? It's in the Talmud, the Babylonian Jewish Talmud. Yes, it's in their book, and they have some very disgusting things in there, which I might get into in this video. I don't know. But why would you support them for free? Both are bad, of course, but I'm just like saying, he says he's not being paid, so why would you do this at all? Like, what does he get out of it? I'm going to defend these people who hate me. And I don't know. I don't know why Ruslan does what he does. Like, why does he do what he do? I've been trying to understand it for years now, but he started out good. I think he started out good, and just quickly, as soon as he got a little bit of clout, just quickly started operating in a different spirit, it seems like. And I don't know, it's sad. And I was thinking about reviewing more of the Ruslan video, but it's honestly so cringe to watch and painful for me to continually review. So I'm going to actually show you what Charlie Kirk himself says. Because I was thinking, what if it was like a different universe and Candace Owens was the one that was assassinated and Charlie Kirk was the one that was alive? You know what I believe? I think Ruslan will be saying the same things about Charlie Kirk. Oh, he's just a wacko conspiracy theorist. He just hates the Chosenites. So I really don't know what his end game is, what he's trying to get out of all of this, but I just see his takes are so awful. These days, they were okay when he first started, when he was smaller on YouTube, but it seems like the bigger Ruslan grows, his takes are just way off.
Going to continue to ask the question, a 20-hour response in a country the size of New Jersey. That begs a big explanation, and more importantly, America is significantly underwriting the Israeli government $4 billion a year. We as American taxpayers deserve answers to this.
Yeah, $4 billion a year to Israel with our taxpayer dollars. So Charlie was starting to question things towards the end of his life and just get annoyed and just start not liking Israel as much as he once did. He used to be a huge supporter. And then towards the end, I think quite ironically, and I think it actually proves with good evidence that this is why Israel had something to do with it. He was a huge supporter, getting donated millions by Jewish donors. And then he started to go against the narrative. And then soon after that, he died. Isn't there a good reason that people like Candace Owens and me and Tucker Carlson and anybody else is questioning this and kind of putting two and two together? You know? So let's continue.
He deserves answers. Also, if we're going to get into a regional or world war based on an intel failure, so, I mean, we pay for this. What are we buying, right? I got smeared as a Jew hater, an anti-Semite, and conspiracy theorist because I said exactly what I just said.
Yeah, if Charlie Kirk was still alive today, I think the same people calling people like me and Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson an anti-Semite, they would call him. They've already did it. As he explained out of his own mouth, they called him an anti-Semite when he's been one of the biggest supporters of Israel throughout most of his life. And just when he starts switching up at the end, they use this stupid term. It's actually a logical fallacy. Because you disagree with somebody, I'm going to call you a name. It's the same thing as calling somebody a poo-poo head because you disagree with them. Oh, you're just a poo-poo head. Like, what does that even mean? You're just calling me something because you don't like what I said. That's what they do with the term anti-Semite.
And I refuse to back down despite all the smears thrown at me because I learned during COVID. I learned when they told us that it came from a bat in the Himalayas. I learned when they told us the vaccine was safe and effective. I learned when they told us that ivermectin was horse paste, that you better keep asking questions because it's the only thing that keeps us free. Thank you so much.
Ruslan doesn't like to do that. He doesn't like to ask questions. He thinks it's, oh, you're just being too much of a conspiracy theorist. Same thing like smart Christians, Corey Minor, and just these silly, spineless people on YouTube who they're trying to act like they're the wise ones because they're not getting into the conspiracy theories. I got to call out, what's his name again? John McCrae from What Do You Mean? They're all thinking we're crazy because we're asking questions when they might not know what Charlie Kirk just said. And they would consider him crazy based on what his own words were. We got to ask the questions because the moment we stop, we start losing our freedoms. Oh, we're just going to accept what they tell us. Why would you do that?
Appreciate it. I am going to continue to ask the question, a 20-hour response in a country the size of New Jersey.
I believe he was talking about October 7th, 2023 at this point. When the whole attack on Israel happened, I believe, again, it was a setup by the Israeli government themselves. Because again, what I showed you earlier in this video, they start the false flag, the whole Zionist cycle. Yeah, and I do believe they would even sacrifice their own people. I do believe that. You know, anybody who's not strictly on board with their specific Zionist agenda, they may be in Israel, they may have citizenship, but they might not be in the close-knit club of the Zionists. I believe they would sacrifice their own people for their agenda. They're that wicked. Read the Talmud. Well, don't really read it, but know it's in the Talmud. I've exposed it on my videos before. And so we're going to end the video with this. This dance was promised to them 3,000 years ago. You know, if Ruslan wants to continue to defend them so much, how about he shows up and dances with them? I can kind of see him doing that, actually. In his Bless God hoodie and his merch with his J's on. You know, just dancing with them. Can you see it? Let me stop. Let me get back to work, y'all. May the Lord keep you. May he bless you. May he shine his face upon you always and give you peace in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen.